Hello friends, we have returned to League Unlock. Eric and Mark here with you guys. We still have one more best of 5 at Worlds, but you know the roster shakeup and the offseason madness is already beginning, which means make sure you're paying attention to Twitter because it is that time of year where if somebody follows or likes a tweet from a different team, you know that automatically means that they're going to be going over there.
Oh yeah, this is exactly the time of year to start getting those speculation spectacles on here and get into your rumors and get going.
Spectacles. Yeah,
oh yeah,
I like that. We should
got to get that alliteration going here. Put that one on your resume as well. That might help you pick up a little job here off of free agency.
Yeah, you don't need a resume anymore. You just tweet, "I'm looking for a team," and this is
willing to work hard.
KDA, yeah, willing to work hard and a team player. I should hope so if you're playing a team game. But we already have a new coach for Dragon X, not King Zone Dragon X. Drop in the King Zone, just Dragon X. All the drama surrounding Griffin and CV Max looks to be going to another management team that basically screwed over their coaches and their team right before Worlds. I don't know why he would have agreed to go to Dragon X, but he will be on the coaching staff for 2020.
It's kind of ironic to see this situation play out like we know because, again, formerly King Zone Dragon X, we had seen all these things go on with the new ownership group and the coaches and talking to players about, who would you replace here and all these shady things in that type of realm. And then now you're adding in, of course, CV Max, who, again, is a wonderful coach here and did a lot with this Griffin squad and the young players there. But then again, they kind of have this casting cloud of doubt here again that we have seen with this controversy going on here throughout the course of Worlds and about the ending of his tenure with Griffin.
And there is no question that he did a phenomenal job in grooming this young talent that was on the Griffin roster, all the way from Challenger to what should have been, top 4 at Worlds, maybe if he was still coaching there. But, I mean, that begs the question, what are Dragon X going to look like in 2020? You might have had some questions if you're King Zone. Sorry, Dragon X. I'm going to call it King Zone forever. When you had all that drama with your own management, and then CV Max literally went on a world tour talking about all the behind-the-scenes issues, that might be something that comes up again with this team.
It certainly will be. And hey, you never know if that, again, this is going to be the final roster that we would see with a Dragon X type of squad here with CV Max at the helm. If he wants to add, maybe try to buy out some of these players from the Griffin squad, because you got to remember that Griffin lineup is signed for at least another year here with that organization. So if he wants some of his former players, it's going to take a little bit of extra cash to get the job done. And my other question here with him adding on to the Dragon X squad is that it's a squad mostly of veterans to a degree here at this point. And I think the questions here would be a player like Def, someone like that, be willing to take the lessons here from a CV Max, as we know he is quite, very much opinionated on his way of playing the game and willing to put that onto his players and say, hey, if you don't like it, 1v1 me and we'll prove who is right here. I don't know how that's going to work against Def.
I should hope he's losing to these guys.
He was winning against Griffin.
And the thing is with contracts, that in esports, it doesn't really matter when they are because you can just almost get bought out or traded from them. But we do have a whole heap of contracts coming up in the next couple of months. That's usually how it goes in the offseason. Towards mid to end of November, they're coming up. And the potential free agents that we'll be looking at in the LCK are absolutely stacked. Starting, of course, with most of this SKT roster, the big question mark, and it's kind of up in the air. Faker on the global database does say that 2019 is going to be his final contract for SKT, but apparently it's actually till 2021, and that's what it was when he signed, so that might be outdated. But other than that, Teddy is the only other starter that's extended through 2020.
I think if you're the SKT squad, you got to start specifically down towards that bottom side here. We're going to account for Faker being signed. That is our understanding here moving forward. And again, having Teddy on that roster here, you got to talk to him. Okay, did you enjoy your time developing a synergy here with effort? Is that something that we should be continuing moving forward? And that is, again, a discussion that you got to also have with Faker and the rest of the coaching staff here, but that is important. Again, Teddy is kind of that cornerstone, that next level, that future for SKT that they're seeing here in the bottom side, and that is something that I think that type of input will be needed here as you move through this pretty much stacked lineup of free agents here in the LCK.
I mean, you look at a lot of these rosters, it's the entire core. If you have Deft, Cuz, and Tucson all leaving Dragon X, I wonder if Deft and Tucson will go together. I can't imagine any of them staying on that roster after what happened. You've got KT, Smeb, well, nearly didn't even play as much as you would have expected. It was Kingen getting a lot of the starts. He had the shell of MVP form, Smeb, but BDD was still one of the few bright spots on KT last year. You got to expect some top-tier teams would be interested in him.
I would full on expect that one, absolutely. Still, again, a player still with a lot of time and potential on his side as well here. And this is certainly someone that you would like to pick up to add to any type of building roster, let alone one that you hope would contend at the very top. And as for Smeb, yes, 2018, not the year that you would want to remember for him, but certainly is a player of the caliber that you could see being a name here. And again,
if he can get back,
I'm not willing to write him off just yet at this point of his career.
And also, Score will be a free agent, but as we know, likely retiring, already announced he's heading into retirement. But who knows, maybe he'll come back in a year. I feel like Score could play until he's 45 years old, but all those contracts potentially coming up in November 18th. Coming up after the break, we take a look at the juicy free agents in the LPL, which is just as stacked as the LCK. What is up, down, and sideways, all you lovely individuals? We're back on League Unlock. Eric and Mark here with you guys. A few weeks away from, the off-season can last a week for all the crazy signings, or it could be extended for a month and a half. You never really know, but a lot of contracts will be coming up. We talked about the LCK ones, and the LPL potential free agents are just as crazy, and it's just as big of names in China as the big ones in the LCK.
The thing here that you can expect full on here with some of these big names is there will be a lot of turnover here with these squads here. You got that LPL money and a willingness and a drastic drive here to improve and make changes if you don't like what you saw this past year. And there certainly will be some squads here looking to make that shake up here. And especially with these free agents, I like what I see here. There is a lot of chances here to make a big change to your lineup.
Yeah, and these are some of the biggest names in the LPL right now and some of the biggest teams in the LPL right now. First and foremost has got to be that majority of that RNG roster when you have, the face of the LPL. We talked about Faker on the LCK one, but his contract's really not there. Uzi, this is a guy who retirement has been rumored because of all the health issues that he's had over the last couple of years, but you also have Xiaohu, Karsa, Ming. That is the entirety of the RNG lineup.
Not only do you have that huge thing here, of course, and again, man, I can almost never imagine the idea of seeing Uzi play on another squad at this point in time in his career. You just know him as RNG Uzi. That is where
OMG Uzi, never forget.
That is where the golden god of the LPL should be resting here with the squad here of RNG. But of course, they do need to take care of that one. And again, other members of the squad, very important. Xiaohu, Karsa still need to have those contract situations sorted out here. So a lot of choices here for the RNG squad. And again, if you're talking about legends here in the LPL, you even have EDG Clearlove. That is a huge name. Carries a lot of weight here. Someone that we, again, maybe the retirement rumors sticks around here, but he is someone that is massive in the LPL scene. Even seeing someone like Tian has said, the reason he chose to become a pro League of Legends player, drop out, not become this straight A doctor that he had all lined up, was seeing Clearlove win MSI. So no more doctors in this world, only League of Legends players if Clearlove decides to keep playing.
It was first Medic, now Tien as well. Everyone just coming over to the league scene. But I feel like there will be some huge changes coming for RNG, whether it's Uzi, you got to imagine that's priority number one. But even Xiaohu, he's been around since 2016 plus on this roster, so it would be crazy to see him as well. For Invictus Gaming, Jackie Love and Duke, I could see them, maybe Duke wanting to get more playing time somewhere else. They're absolutely going to sign up Jackie Love to a longer contract.
You got to believe that that is exactly what IG want to do. They've seemed very comfortable with Jackie Love as that ADC, as that one for the future here. And again, knowing the IG brand, knowing Mr. Wang Xian here, he is absolutely going to pony up that money to lock down Jackie Love.
And also you have the core of World Elite, GA Mystic 957, even though it has been basically since 2017, where World Elite was really relevant, even just in the LPL as well as domestically. GA and Mystic have been the guys that have been there since 2015, and GA in particular even when the team was struggling, he was still playing as one of the top mid laners in the LPL. I'd love to see him get a nice change of scenery.
I want to see World Elite get back to that top level of play again that we had seen them back in 2017 type of years here. This is a really powerful brand here in the LPL. Getting them back on the international stage, getting back on that presence is something I would love to see here for this region.
And some of the other one-off players, you have Kuro and SFM. Kuro had a terrific year on Billy after coming over, and I don't know if he wants to stay in the LPL. Maybe he'll go back to the LCK, but I think there'll be plenty of suitors for him, and Billy might even want to just resign.
Hey, from what I've heard from him, he had Peanut visit him over in the LPL, and they were having a great time hanging out over there. So, hey, that is one to keep an eye on.
Is it time for the Rocks Tigers reunited tour? Bring Gorilla back, Peanut, Kuro. We might have all of them, basically a free agent coming in.
I am always game for Rocks Tigers reunion.
Just bring all 5 of them back. I don't know if, I think that last split with KT probably broke Prey from playing professionally ever again. But I would love to see the 5 of them back on the Rift together. That's all the time today for League Unlock. Eric and Mark here with you guys. As always, thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you next time.